Dave already in the live. My man. What up, Dave? Already here. That's what I'm talking about. My man said, I got the link. I'm going to be in there first. That's it. What's the saying here? Remember, blah, blah, blah. All right, move that off my screen, YouTube. Do, 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 do. How do I take that out? Close. Got it. Yes, sir. What up, Dave? How you feeling, brother? How art thou today? Mm, 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 mm. Says I'm all right. Trying to get started with the fitness plan. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Autumn time fine. You know what I'm saying? Summer is too late. If we ain't fine already, we got to wait till the fall. Autumn time fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to be. Autumn time fine. You know what I mean? Winter time fine. You know what I'm saying? That's it. There's my phone right here. I'm going to need that. Definitely going to need that. Right. That's funny. Clear that. Boom. Yeah. Hoodie all weather coming out looking amazing for the summer. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Light work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel you on that, player. Autumn time, fine. Oh, winter for the winter. Yeah. Autumn time, fine. You know what I'm saying? Autumn time, fine, which will later turn into all the time, fine. Dash, what up, Dash? Hey, what it do, man? How's the recovery house treating you this week? Did they treat you all right over the weekend? Look at us asking the same questions. You know what I'm saying? Right here with it. You know what I'm saying? Right here with it. Dash said, how is everyone on this Monday? Shit, I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? I'm only here so I don't get fined. You know what I mean? I'm gonna probably get cursed out for that one. But oh man. All right, let me pull up my topic lists. Get it together here, even though you already saw what the topics are. Let me make sure I'm prepared. Dash said, He said that will be in our next staff meeting. Yeah, I heard what he said. Said he was just here so he don't get fined. Yeah, I heard it. Dave says Monday is going well, I guess. All right. All right. I hear that. Dash says recovery house is good. I might be able to make an appearance this week. Okay. Let's go. The return of Dash. You know what I'm saying? Coming soon. Dash coming back. You ain't gonna see no more lives in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Dash coming back. Yeah, I see it right there in the chat. Gonna be making an appearance. I like it. I like it. I like it. Who else in here? Say what's up. Don't be scared. Say hola, hello, ciao, something. I don't know. Ain't ciao bye? I think ciao is bye. Maybe don't say ciao. You know what I'm saying? Say something else. Say what it do. Say your. Say something. David said, you guys should do the comeback show live. Well, we'll see because we don't know how long Dash could be on camera. We don't know how much the recovery house is gonna, is gonna let her be out doing those type of things. So we gotta see, gotta play it by ear, you know what I mean? Dash says Monday is the free trial day. Tuesdays are the real deal. All right. Dash got jokes today. Dash got jokes today. Oh, that is too funny. All right, we about to get started. I'm gonna give people to the end of this next minute. We have 5 minutes and 23 seconds. When we hit 6 minutes, we're gonna get the show started. People could trickle in where they trickle in. I don't want to wait too long, especially because today I sent the link out early. That's how David was here before I was even here. So if people don't want to come in, that's cool. If people want to come in when they're ready, that's cool. I got 4 topics to cover, so I need time. I can't waste time today. All right. So here we go. In about 10 seconds, we're gonna hop to it. Hop along. You know what I'm saying? Hop along. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Weeknights live on a Monday. We are live this Monday once again, and we are getting straight to it. So, who am I? I am JD, aka He Who Pods, glasses on the day. So, also ring light in your face, aka rearview mirror. All right, that's me. I almost forgot my other aka. Too many things going on. But let's get started. Excuse me. Let's get started. So let's talk about Breezy, baby. This is from Billboard. It says here, Chris Brown earns 21 new RIAA certifications, including 8 times platinum for these 2 hits. That's the headline. Bam, 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 bam. It says Chris Brown is slated to kick off his Breezy Bowl XX tour in Amsterdam on Sunday. That already started. So this article is from the other day. It's from June 6th. It says here, 20 years after earning his first Billboard Hot 100 #1 hit, Chris Brown is still racking up the accolades. Hard work continues to pay off for Breezy, who earned another 21 certifications from RIAA on Friday, June 6th, adding to his loaded trophy case. CB, they're using all his nicknames in one article. All right. CB picked up the plaques for Loyal and Forever, now both 8 times platinum. Kiss Kiss and Go Crazy, both 6 times platinum. And New Flame and Deuces, both which reached 4 times platinum status. Other cuts notching certifications include Back to Sleep, Don't Wake Me Up, Grass Ain't Greener, Don't Judge Me, Next to You, Residuals, No BS, Drunk Texting, Hope You Do, Beg for It, Who's Gonna, Till I Die, 2012, Shoulda Kissed You, and City Girls. That's a lot of effing songs. Good Lord. The boatload of plaques on the way comes a month after Chris Brown picked up his third diamond plaque for Look at Me Now, featuring Lil Wayne and Busta Rhymes. The good news, coincidentally, came on his 36th birthday, May 5th. The Recording Industry Association of America issued diamond certification to singles that have moved 10 million units in the United States. All right, there's more. Y'all could go read the rest, but I just think that that was something worth noting. I know he's got the Breezy Bowl tour going on, but I feel like some of this other stuff was happening quietly, and I wanted to make sure that we gave CB a shout out, that we gave Chris Brown some love, and that we gave Breezy some attention about these new things that have happened. I think it's a beautiful thing for Chris Brown to get these plaques. I did not know he had diamond records. I think that's also a beautiful thing. That is something that a lot of people don't get. So the fact that he was able to obtain those, I think, is a beautiful thing. And I want to make sure that we shout him out and give him the credit and the love he deserves. Uh, Dash says in the chat, good idea. We'll see. That's at David's return idea. Oh, Dash introduced herself. She said, I'm Dash, the real king of R&B. That's right. Well, maybe, I don't know how many platinum plaques you got, though. You know what I'm saying? Might have to see what's going on. You know, you might have to see Breezy sound like he might can make a case. So I don't know if you're going to win that one today, Dash. Dave says, I'm happy for him. That's great. I didn't know he had diamond plaques. Dash says, that's big for CB. It is big. It's huge. I mean, it's huge for any artist, but I think right now what we're seeing is Chris Brown get a lot of attention. Chris Brown get a lot of his flowers, so to speak. And I think that's a beautiful thing because we know all the struggles that Chris Brown has had throughout his career. So I think the fact that he's able to receive these things in this manner is a beautiful thing. And when you release punches and bunches, sometimes that happens. So yeah. So let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is a movie trailer that came out recently called The Kiss. Oh, not the, it's called Kiss of the Spider Woman. And it seems to be a musical starring Jennifer Lopez. Now, I'm not going to play the trailer, but I did watch the trailer. People are saying, and I'll read to you what it says here, if Instagram will load for me. All right, come on. Come on now. Thank you very much. I didn't ask you to play, just asked you to upload. All right. It says here, this is from Entertainment Tonight. It says Jennifer Lopez has our spidey senses tingling. The first trailer for Kiss of the Spider Woman just dropped, and J.Lo is serving glam, drama, and major diva energy as silver screen siren Ingrid Luna. Directed by Dreamgirls legend Bill Condon, this musical drama follows Valentine, a political prisoner, and his cellmate, Melina, a window dresser with a passion for old school Hollywood fantasy. As Melina retells the plot of a glitzy musical starring his fave actress, Hello Ingrid, an unexpected connection blooms behind bars. So, yeah, I mean, the trailer looks really good. I just don't watch musicals. I'm not a fan of musicals. And so I will not be watching this. And I just wanted to talk about it because it does look good. They're saying in different platforms are saying like this looks like the role that Jennifer Lopez was like damn, what's the word I'm looking for? This role was designed for Jennifer Lopez. She was born to play this role. There's a term I'm looking for. I can't think of it right now, but that's what they're saying. They're saying like this is the role that J.Lo was born to play. And going based on the trailer, it does look like J.Lo's about to kill it. It looks like J.Lo is doing a great job in this film. And so I thought that was worth discussing. I thought that was worth sharing. I don't know if any of you have seen the trailer, but I thought this looked awesome. Unfortunately, I just won't watch it because I don't like musicals. So that's the only reason I won't be watching it. Uh, but it does look good. So I'm curious if y'all have seen this trailer or heard of this movie. Because it looks pretty fly. Um, Dash says I saw clips from the show. He still got it. LOL. Oh, Chris Brown. Yes, definitely. Oh yeah, Chris Brown. He I don't think he will ever not have it. Um, Dash says, haven't seen it, but I will check it out. Dave says he's not really a fan of J-Lo, but I enjoy movies, so I would definitely check it out. I love musicals. Look at that. You learn something new every day. I did not know that you love musicals. It says never heard of the movie until now. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it either until I saw the trailer, which shout out to Dash. Dash put it in our chat, um, our weeknights chat that we have off of here. And I thought it was really interesting. I usually am a J Lo hater. I don't have a lot of nice things to say about J Lo, but I also keep it real. And this trailer looks good. If I was a fan of musicals, I'd probably reserve my ticket right now. I didn't. I don't know when it comes out. Let me see if it's in like the last slide because they broke it up in the slides. Shut up! Oh my God, it's just gonna keep playing noise. No, I don't see it. It doesn't say when it comes out here. But a quick Google search would tell us. I got y'all. Hold on. Uh, Kiss of a Spider Woman release date. Comes out October 10th. October 10th. So yeah, October 10th this year. It comes out in theaters. Uh, Oh, okay. Here's a little more information. It says here the movie is an adaptation of the Broadway musical, which itself was based on the novel of the same name. All right, so this was a novel first, then a Broadway musical, and now a film. Oh, then that means it's a strong situation. That means it must have a really good story, and it must be a solid piece of work to begin with. Because if you could take a book and turn it into a play, and then turn that play into a movie, it must be dope. Uh, what's going on here in the chat? Dave says, "So you never seen Little Shop of Horror or Grease?" No, no, I saw Grease. I did see Grease, but in pieces because I can't really sit through a whole long thing like that. I have seen it in pieces. I never saw number two though. I don't know why there's a number two. And no, I never seen Little Shop of Horror. I don't like musicals. Um, in fact, musicals are a problem for me, uh, especially when I don't know that going in. So, for example, I saw the movie Rocket Man, which is supposed to be about Elton John's life. And I was pissed off because it was a musical. I knew songs would be included, but it wasn't like in the Whitney Houston movie or in the movie about Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, where it's like we're going to show you performances or we're going to show you us recording it. It was basically like a Broadway play on film. And I really was disappointed in that. The movie's called Rocket Man. It's the biopic of Elton John. They don't advertise it as a musical, which is my problem, right? They're singing all throughout the movie pretty much. And it even has like imaginary scenes, and those imaginary scenes are also musicals. So like there's a song, I can't remember which song it was, but it's like a really popular Elton John song that starts playing, and then all of a sudden the backdrop changes to a carnival, and there's like a bunch of people, a whole crowd of people from the carnival are now like dancing and singing at the same time, and I was like, what the hell is this? I was in the theater upset. People in the theater were loving it, but yeah, I'm not a musical guy. I don't really like musicals. Yeah, so that's that. All right, we speeding through topics today. We might be out of here soon. All right, so next topic. Cameron said something I thought was really interesting, which will then take us into our last topic, and I wanted to share that with y'all. So here's Cam. Cam, I want a deal. I want to get a deal. I want to get a deal. All these record companies now is look at metrics and your analytics, and they say how many YouTube views do you have? How many Facebook friends do you have? How many Twitter followers? How many Instagram followers? Snapchat followers? TikTok followers? They have a metric system. So if you don't have a lot of views on YouTube, or you don't have a lot of followers or a lot of friends on Facebook, etc., they don't want to fuck with you because now all they're gonna do is go to your numbers. But if you got big numbers, they don't want to fuck with you. But then if you figured out how to monetize your music, you may not even need them. God bless them. I seen an interview, and I'm just speaking from somebody underneath me, and not underneath me in now I'm talking about later on doing music. So when I say somebody who came on later in life that was successful doing music, I seen an interview with Young Dolph. God bless the dead, saying he turned down $22 million because a record company offered him that, but he figured out how to monetize his own music to where he could turn down that money and say, I'm making 15, $16 million a year. I'm just estimating. I don't know how much he was making. They only give me a number five. I can figure out how to make that other five back. I remember, God bless the dead, another rapper, Mac Miller. That was my man too. And he like, yo, a record company want to sign me, Cam, for 10 million. I'm like, yo, I'm going on tour right now. I'm gonna make 7 million when I get off tour. Why would I sign to a record company for $10 million? He said, only way I'm gonna sign with a record company is they give me the Michael Jackson deal. Give me 50 million. I'll think about it. He said, this is my house, in my studio, in my house. So people who get mad about certain things, they just haven't figured out where they need to be. So me personally, I can't get mad about anything. When I sit there and think about my first deal with entertainment, shout out to my man Lance Rivera, Jacob York, they gave me an opportunity to hopefully become a superstar. That was on me to deliver the music. It was on them to market it and promote it, do it the right way. We got to go album. Next album, on Epic Records, I don't feel they knew how to market my music or push my music the right way, so I got out of there. Then when I got the Rockefeller with Damon, Biggs, and Jay-Z and them,
They were in the culture. They were already successful, so they knew how to market my music. What did I do? Now I know that I'm with somebody who's successful, who knows how to market music, who knows how to promote it. Great. I know all my job is to make the music. But my next thing is start my label. Bring my niggas on. Let's start the diplomats. Yo, let's get the clothing line going. Because Cam is going to be aight if Cam keep doing what he doing. Now I have to bring it into the next forefront because Cam ain't gonna be rapping forever. That wasn't what I want to do forever. What I want to do is bring my niggas in, let them get popping, and I can fall back and start doing other shit and make money with them niggas. I've never really been mad at it. It's just me personally. I just figured out ways how to spin it when it seems like the music industry is doing fuck shit. You can't blame nothing on nobody once you sign that paperwork.
All right. So it's a long clip, but I thought that it was very relevant and very informative. And I wanted to share that with y'all because we are hearing a lot about the music industry and the way it's changing right now. There's been a big purge in the music industry. A lot of labels have downsized or condensed, right? And so there's like big labels eating up little labels. A lot of executives and A&Rs have been moving around the industry and have their jobs have been straight up removed from labels. And still, we still hear people talk about getting a record deal. Now, I'm not saying yay or nay. I'm not saying people should or should not get record deals, but I thought it was really interesting to hear this from a person in the industry and somebody who still today we hear from on a regular basis. And so we know Cam has been an independent act. Cam has had major record label deals. Cam has had artists. And so I thought Cameron speaking about this was really interesting and worth sharing. Sorry, it's a long clip. Hopefully YouTube does not pull it because we don't own the rights to that. But I thought it was worth sharing. Cam sent that on It Is What It Is. And I think it's relevant. I think it's really interesting to see that a person in the industry is straight up telling y'all what some of us have been saying for a while, which is number one, they don't care about your skill set. They care about your ability to attain numbers, your ability to get views, followers, friends, etc. That's what they care about today. They care about your popularity. They care about do you have a following, not do you have a skill set. The next thing I thought was interesting is that Cam is speaking about being able to monetize your own music and your own situation means you may not need a label. I think this is something that's really interesting. It's not easy to do that, but he brings up a great point where one of his peoples was telling him, yeah, I'm already going to make 7 mil. Why would I take 10? I'm going to make 7 mil from this tour, right? So there's different ways to do it, but if the label is only going to offer you a certain amount, you may not need it, right? Um, I remember a couple years ago when I put out my first book, um, I spoke to someone who owns an independent book company, publishing company, and I showed them the download numbers from the book off the rebound. And the person told me straight up to my face, if you can do those kind of numbers on your own, you don't need us. I said, what? It's just 1,000 downloads. It's free. Nobody bought anything. He said, yeah, but you just showed me 3 different websites where your book is number one and you have over 1,000 downloads in total. I said, yeah, but you're a publishing company. He said, yeah, but if you could do that on your own, there's nothing we can really offer you that's going to make it worth your while. And shout out to my boy Kunal who introduced me to this person. I won't say this person's name because I don't want to put their company in any kind of jeopardy, but that's what the person told me straight up. It was like, you don't need us. We're not going to do much more than you're already doing. We're just going to help you promote it. You're better off just taking money and promoting the book or putting it on Amazon and charging people a couple dollars for it. And so clearly this is not a huge company I went to, right? Like I didn't go to Penguin or one of these other huge publishing companies. But just look at what this person is telling me, who is in your eyes, right? When you somebody who's doing something on your own, when you look at the head of a company, small or not, you thinking, all right, coming here is going to be super beneficial. But as Cam is saying, it may not be, right? Because if you're independent and you're already killing it, you're really not going to need much from these record labels. So I thought it was interesting that Cam is saying that straight up and that Cam is kind of speaking about what was important in his career that helped him move forward, right? It speaks about his first deal and how they got a gold deal as a small company. But then how Epic, a bigger company than the company he was originally signed to, wasn't really able to get it shaken because they didn't know how to promote him, right? And so clearly he speaks about how Rockefeller did know, and it makes sense. Rockefeller was killing it at that time. As he said, they were in the culture. We know Cam had multiple platinum albums at that time. And so I just thought this was interesting and insightful because we still hear a lot of people trying to get record deals today. I know people who are trying to get record deals today. And I think it's interesting. Again, I'm not saying people should or should not get record deals. I'm not saying that people should or should not. I think it's up to you and your interest and your goals, but I think we should look at what is really happening today. Today, there really are not many A&Rs left in the industry. That's a job that they took away because now they're looking for you to do everything. And I know that I may speak about this person a lot when music comes up, but I think Cardi B is a great example of that. Cardi B amassed a huge following online. So once she got her record deal, that was why they knew, hey, this person is exactly what we're looking for. Cardi is a great example of what they want today. Cardi is a person who had Instagram on Smash and was getting a huge following on other platforms. That's what they want. They want people like that. They don't care how great you can rap or sing or write. That's not what they care about. And I think Cardi was one of the first people that we saw that from in this modern age, in this current iteration of the music industry. And so that's what they want. And so if that's the route you want to go, then you're going to have to focus on getting your numbers up and being able to do that. Now, if it's not the route you want to go and you want to be independent, then Cam just told you, you have to figure out a way to monetize your music or the things surrounding it. A great example of that is Griselda. Griselda, people love their merch. Griselda makes a ton of money off of merch. So even if they're not selling any albums, which they are, but even if they're not selling any albums, they're making so much money off of merch. It may not even matter if they lose money when they're making the music because the merch is becoming a driving force. People are looking forward to getting that merch when it comes out. Dave, I see you said something in the chat. Let me see what you got here. It says, see, but I think that opens the door for a whole different business. People signing people to deals that make them viral, a lot of money on the table with that. Oh, you saying people who know how to go viral should sign other people? Is that what you're saying? And give them and make them go viral too? Is that what you're saying, Dave? I just want to be clear so I could respond. Yes. The problem with going viral is being viral does not guarantee anything. It guarantees views, right? But getting a lot of views from going viral does not mean you're able to run a business. Going viral does not mean all those people are going to follow you. Yeah, you might be able to get shares, right? People will see your crazy video or your entertaining video and share it with others, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to make money off of it. There are a lot of things that go into being viral, and even the people who know how to go viral, I don't think a lot of them have been able to monetize it in a way that will sustain you. Maybe you made $5 or $10 or $50, whatever, but to make a living in this country, you need a certain amount of money. I don't think going viral is enough. You still have to figure out a way to monetize because going viral doesn't pay you. The only way it would pay you is if you already have monetization available on your platform. Example, if Weeknights can already monetize our videos and then this episode goes viral, we would make money. But my point remains the same. Because even if this episode were to go viral, we're still not going to get enough money to feed the two of us for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 6 months, right? YouTube's going to pay you a very small amount in the bigger scheme of things. So it's not necessarily that it's a bad idea. I just don't know how sustainable that business would be. Dash says virality is often not sustainable. Well, there it is. And there it goes. Yeah. So going viral is good. It's a great way to like an ad, right? Going viral is like an ad. So if I go on a rant and I'm saying, whatever, F the music industry, and people watch that and share that and it gets millions of views, that's cool. You probably make a slice, but if you're not selling something, if there's nothing attached to it that people can purchase, you're only going to make but so much money, because there's a cap on how much you can make. Remember that all of these platforms that do pay you off of views, they pay you off of views, right? And so you're not getting paid $1 per view. You're getting paid a fraction. You're getting paid in cents. And so yeah, it can add up over time, sure. But the one video that goes viral is not going to pay your rent for the next year or the next 6 months. So I don't know how sustainable that business would be. You probably get a lot of people who sign up for that kind of a business early in the game, but once you get to a year in, for example, I don't know if somebody paying people or signing people who are going viral is going to really work, because going viral is not enough. And that's why I brought up the example of Cardi B, because Cardi B wasn't just going viral when she got signed. Cardi B was doing a lot of things. Cardi B was super popular. Cardi B was like the person people were looking for when they opened their Instagram app at that time. Very different than just going viral with one or two videos. She amassed a consistent following that would either tune into her lives or look at her videos. Very different than just going viral once or twice. Um, and so that leads to our last topic, right? I want to speak about the music industry a little bit more, because a legend did something pretty wild recently, and a lot of people are discussing it in like really headliney ways and not having a real discussion. So this comes from no label necessary, but there's plenty of other places that have spoken about it. This is just the place I saw it first. It says here, Timbaland officially signs his first AI artist, Tata, the AI pop (parentheses artificial pop) singer, to his new AI record label, Stage Zero, that will combine human input and AI to create new genres of music. Her debut single will be dropping soon. It says Timbaland has officially moved forward with his new AI label, with his first official AI artist signing. And so there you go. Um, I think that there's a lot of things to say about this, and I don't know why other people are not discussing this in like real conversations. I've heard this spoken about on other platforms, and all they're saying is, "Yeah, I heard Timbaland sign an AI artist." Word, that's crazy, right? And that's kind of it. Um, so Dash says, "I don't have any idea what this really means. Please advise." It means that Timbaland, one, started a record label where he's going to sign computer acts, acts that are not people. Number two, it means that he already signed his first one, and there's now a genre being called artificial pop. Um, Dave says, so wait, are we saying that the person behind the voice will never come forward? Well, see, that's why I said I think this is a deeper conversation than platforms are allowing it to be. Because people are kind of just brushing over the fact that it's AI and he signed it and that's it. And so an AI artist does not have to have a voice. An AI artist does not have to have a writer. There are already apps where you can have AI write a song for you. There are already apps that will create AI avatars, as they're calling them. And so I saw a video just the other day where you can create speaking videos, as they're calling them, speaking videos, quote unquote, right? Speaking videos where you put in a script and they will create an AI looking person, right? It will be an artificial person reading out whatever script you write. There's already a website that does this. You can create a random avatar, which is what they're saying, a random avatar for that one video, or you can keep using this avatar for all your content that you create. And so you don't need a person, you don't need a voice, because AI will already create a song for you from scratch. And if you've been following this platform for a while, there are some artists who are already lending their voices to these platforms. Um, the top person I remember that we spoke about here about a year ago is T Pain signed a contract with YouTube where you can use T Pain's voice on your music via their AI software. So, to answer the question, Dave, you asked, are we saying the person behind the voice will never come forward? There is no person behind the voice. That is the idea. The idea is a program is creating this content, singing this content, and being in the music video of this content, question mark. It really depends how they're going to do it. And that's why I said I'm shocked that no platforms are really doing deep dives on this, because there really does not need to be a person at all. It depends on how Timbaland is going to do this. Now, that said, what I just read said there will be a combination of AI and people involved. Well, I can't find much more information. And that's what's troubling to me, because how much people are involved matters to me. I'm okay with you saying David wrote a dope ass song, but this AI program sung it. It's not much different than David writing a dope ass song and Bruno Mars singing it, or David writing a dope ass song and Mariah Carey singing it. That happens all the time in music. We know Whitney Houston didn't write her music. Still one of the greatest acts of our time, and nobody knocks her for that because that's okay in that genre. But this is totally different. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know how much involvement a human being is going to have in this, and that worries me. Dash says, but if it's not a real person, how are they being signed? That's where I'm confused. That is part of my confusion as well. Who is being signed? What is being signed? I'm not really sure. Who owns this act? Who created this act? Is it a software? Is it an application? Does Timbaland own every aspect of this artist? Like, did Timbaland create the act visually? Did he create the voice that we're gonna hear? Is he helping co-write the songs? I don't know the answer to any of these things, and that's why I think it's really interesting, because what does it really mean to sign an AI act besides the fact that it's not a person? Who owns these things? Where will the ownership and the payments go? Those are important questions. Um, Dave says, that's what I'm saying. Because if you signed, that means someone is behind the voice, pen, or something. Is it just Timbaland just using AI to make songs now? LOL. Uh, Dash says, sounding a lot like a music Ponzi scheme. Yeah, I don't know. And that's why I think this is an interesting topic. That's one of the reasons why I think it's an interesting topic, because what exactly is happening here? And I think we need more information before we could truly judge it. Because what is Timbaland truly doing? What writers are involved? What is he using to create this avatar? Is it gonna be one person that, like, is it gonna look like JD every time? Or every time a song comes out, would it look like someone completely different? I don't know. I don't know any of these answers. And I think like there's a lot of questions we all should be asking. The other reason I think that is because there's already a genre created here. It says A pop, artificial pop. So that means there's going to be A R&B, A hip hop, A rock, A blues, A jazz. Like, are we just going to be okay with laying down and allowing AI to create music of every single genre? I'm not okay with that part. I'm totally not okay with that, because why do we want AI to make music? That's the first question. Second question is, uh, are we gonna just allow them to get to a point where musicians don't need to exist anymore? I'm not saying we shouldn't use AI. I'm not saying that. I'm speaking solely about the replacement of humans in the creation of music. Because there's plenty of people out here. If the problem is y'all need acts, well, look around. There's acts in every city who are dope and capable. So I'm not understanding what the problem is that they're trying to solve. Or is it just that this is a big money scheme, like Dash is saying, a music Ponzi scheme? Because I'm not really understanding that part. That is where the trouble comes for me, because if we're just going to start erasing humans out of music completely, then it's going to be a sad day in music, because the soul of a man, the soul of a woman is really what we're attaching to our music. It's not just that I came up with a great idea and I want to put it out. There's a lot of stuff that we all pour into music. And I don't play instruments, but the people who play instruments, they pour even more in. To just erase that and think that just putting in stuff in a computer is going to match it, I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to erase the soul from music if we allow this to happen. And I don't think this should be allowed on such a large scale. Um Also, like, are people going to know the difference between A-pop and regular pop? Like, are we going to be able to know the difference between Justin Timberlake and A-pop artist number 5? Like, how much of a distinction are we going to make? What are the rules? I just think there are so many things that people are not asking when it comes to this Timbaland AI artist. And maybe that's why people are breezing over it, because they're afraid to piss off Timbaland or afraid to piss off the labels. Listen, I'm a nobody and I'm not scared. And I think we have to ask questions to gain information. If Timbaland is signing AI artists on an AI label, that means there's going to be more coming. This is not just a one time thing. You don't create a label to sign one act. He's creating an AI label. That's what it said. He already has a name and everything. So no, it's not just going to be one act. There's questions that we need to be asking. We need to know the rules, the parameters, how much human influence is going to be in here. What is going on? So I just have a lot of questions, and I think we are doing ourselves a disservice by breezing over this topic. I think we need to ask a lot more questions about what the hell is going on with this AI artist. Please excuse the background noise. Some people don't know how to drive around here. Anyway, I just think it's a lot. I think there are a lot of important things that are involved in this that are going to affect music moving forward. And I think Timbaland is amazing and super creative. I don't even know why he would do this. I'm very confused about why he would do this, and want to take away from human creators, for lack of a better term. I don't know. Dave says, yeah, it just sounds like no more artists, just people making songs with AI voices. How does touring work? Just a big screen with a fake artist? Who's paying to see that? It's going to write down, it's going to water down music like crazy. How do you tour? Yeah, exactly how you said. Or maybe you don't need to tour. I, I'm scared to even answer the question because I feel like I'm helping them. But my answer is you don't tour. You put it on screens and make people pay for it. A great way to do that is Meta. Meta has the device that you put on and you can watch concerts in there. You could be selling out concerts in the VR headset very easily if people are fans of the music. You don't need to go fill up a physical seat. You could charge digitally. Lots of concerts are starting to be available on streaming platforms for a fee. You would just take that trend, and that would be your number one way of doing it. You don't got to fill up seats. Or you could just have the big act on a screen and then choreograph dancers on the stage. There's a lot of answers to this. I'm going to shut up because they didn't pay me and because I really don't want to help them, honestly. As far as it watering down music, that's what they continue to do. And that's what I don't appreciate. I mean, like, it's just saddening to me. And that's why I spoke about the Cameron topic before this, because you're gonna have to start finding ways to monetize your music if you want to keep making music, or you're just gonna have to be willing to make it your loss leader, which means this is the thing I do that I only lose money on in business, because they're taking away more and more ways for us to make money off of our actual music. Um, Dash says virtual tour or put everyone in a room and throw it up on the screen. Yep. Yeah. That's exactly how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. I mean, there's a lot of ways. Just sitting here, I keep thinking of ideas. I just don't want to keep saying them because they didn't pay me, and I truly don't want to help with this. Um, I will say this: if you guys are gonna have songwriters like humans writing these songs, then y'all need to increase how much songwriters are getting paid. Because the little fees that y'all are giving people and not putting them in credits and all of that shit, Jazzy was just talking about this. It needs to be increased because listen, I'll gladly write a song for an AI artist, but I want a big ass cut. I want residuals. I want pub. I want as much as I can make because this is not even a real person. It's software and more software. And so you about to make a lot of money because there's very little overhead. So if there's such little overhead, you got a lot of money to spare. Then I think we need to increase songwriters' fees, songwriters' rights. I think all of these things are the things that are going to need to happen. Like I know the Dream makes a ton of money every time he writes a song for Beyonce. But if the Dream going to start writing songs for the AI artist, yeah, I need to double and triple his fee. I know the Dream got enough money, but it's to me that's the way you balance the scales. If y'all got a different idea, I'm open to hearing it. But I don't think this shit should be happening in this way. I think we need to keep humans in music. I am not for the eradication of humans in music or in any art, actually. Sorry, I'm not. That's my stance. Y'all can let me know your final thoughts before we get out of here. Um, but that's my thought, and I definitely will continue to look into this because I want to continue to gain information as information becomes available on this Timbaland AI artist topic. Uh, yeah, I'm not cool with this. Dash says I'm with you on that. Yeah, I think humans need to remain in all forms of art. I think when we remove humans, we remove the soul from the art. Dave says, yeah, not a fan from what I just heard. Yeah, yeah. So I think it's a sad day. I think it's a sad day in music, and I'm really disappointed in Timbaland because I think Timbaland is a super creative person himself, and so I don't understand this move. I'm looking to see what else we can find out. If anybody watching this has more information, feel free to shoot it to me. I definitely check it out. I want to learn more about this. I know Timbaland has been going live a lot, speaking about these things on TikTok and other platforms. But I haven't seen anything legit. So maybe I need to start checking out some of his lives. I don't know. But yeah, that's that. So that's it for today, folks. That's our episode. Thank you for being here. This has been Weeknights. We appreciate you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hit it, Dash. Slight delay, slight delay, slight delay, slight delay, slight delay, slight delay. Bye. That was from Dash. All right, y'all. We out. Y'all can head on out. I'm gonna wait a few seconds for the delay to be over, and then I'm gonna end this so nobody gets cut off midway. Give it a couple seconds here. See y'all tomorrow. All right, that's it. And